Hi, Peter Jones, Chartered Surveyor, author and property investor, and I'm going to try and be a little bit brave in this video because I'm going to talk about a subject which, if I'm going to be totally honest, I don't know an awful lot about. So if you're an accountant or a solicitor and you know about this stuff, then please do feel free to contribute in the comments section. Because sometimes I meet people who are very earnest and they say that their main priority is to leave a legacy for their children, and what they'd really like to do is to set up their business in such a way that they could have what was effectively a trust fund, so that their trust fund can pass properties and income from the properties over to their children, preferably tax-free or at least as tax efficiently as possible. And in theory, that sounds great. Now, as I say, I'm talking from a position almost of total ignorance, but the one question which I would ask at any stage of my property journey going forward is, if I do something like that, how easy is it going to be for me to be able to borrow the money that I need in order to keep expanding my property business? And one of the potential problems I can see with having a trust fund is I don't know how many lenders would be that keen on lending to a trust fund. I'm imagining probably not many, because it's out of their comfort zone. What they want is a nice, clean, simple situation. The main priority always for a lender is for them to work out how easy it's going to be to repossess and to sell the asset if you stop paying your mortgage. And if it all gets entwined in a trust fund, I imagine they'd want to keep away from that. Now, there are ways that it may be possible to do this, and again I say I'm talking from a position of total ignorance, but I have thought about this from time to time, and that could be to set up your property business as a limited company. And then the shares of the limited company presumably could be held within the trust fund. Would a lender accept that? Well, I don't know, you'd need to talk to your mortgage broker about that, but to me that seems probably an easier and cleaner way of organising it, which may keep the banks on board. But that's one thing which I would be very, very careful about. However you structure your property business, you need to be doing it with borrowing in mind, because if you're going to do this seriously, and if you're going to be investing into the future, it's not going to be a one-off thing. You're going to be building your portfolio, so you need to make sure that you can get access to the right funds. And so you need to have your entity set up, or even entities. You don't have to just have one, and in fact, going back to an earlier video, if you're going to do different strategies, it's probably better to have a different limited company, for example, for different strategies. Then you need to make sure that everything is set up. And I would say, not just from a tax point of view, but maybe more importantly, is setting them up from the point of view as to how that affects lending, so that you can borrow the funds that you need to keep your business going. Talk to your accountant. Talk to an accountant who understands this stuff, and as I say, any accountants, solicitors who know about trust law and all that kind of stuff. How can we do this? Is there a way of doing this? How can we do this in a way that doesn't curtail our lending, particularly if we go to a normal vanilla high street bank or buy-to-let lender? Until next time, here's to successful property investing.